Hello everyone, welcome back to another review here on the channel. And today we're going to be taking a look at Rally Racer's Jackson Storm, the current version of Jackson in the new Race and Rescue line. And I'm actually surprised this guy won because in my community tab I put a poll asking you guys who you want to see next of these four cars. Rally Race Jackson won got the most amount of votes, which is crazy because I also have here Jeff Gorvet from the Race and Rescue line, and he's a little bit more like recent, so I thought people would want to see him. But I mean, Jackson does have like one cool element over Jeff, and that is the silverback, which we'll take a look at in a little bit. But of course, the other options were GRC Cruz Ramirez, and also the Glorious Wingo, who I don't have on hand with me right now, but he will be reviewed soon. And I think we'll probably do Jeff next, and then Cruz, and then Wingo, depending on the review order. So, taking a look at the packaging, we can see that it is just his normal Cars 3 artwork, just photoshopped to have the Rally Race decals. We have the Racing Rescue text with the Cars logo. We have the new for 2025 logo, Jackson Storm. The 220 or 2.0 is inside the blister, just like the GRC had it last year. The name is underneath, again, very similar to GRC. And on the back, we have Sarge, McQueen, Chick, and Red, who all out right now. I have these three. I have not opened up Red. I don't know if I'm going to, and I have not found Sarge. So, yeah, that what does it for the packaging, and I'll be right back with Jackson all opened up. Alright, so here's Jackson out of the package, and I gotta say, he actually looks pretty great in this Rally Race form. He actually might be a top 3 favorite of mine in the Racing Rescue line, which is certainly crazy, but we'll have to see when we take a closer look at him. But first, for his appearance. So there was actually a book on the Racing Rescue line, and he does appear in that book, so I'll put a picture on the screen just to see where he did appear in the book, which is pretty cool. It came out a couple days ago, and it does give some background on this Racing Rescue line, which I'm happy about, but you know, a lot of people just do not like this line because it takes up a lot of spots in the main line, which I get. And I will admit some of the designs aren't the best, but you know, I think Jackson might be the best one of the better designs in this new expanded universe line. So yeah, let's just review him now. So as you can see, he does have a new expression. He's kind of like upset, or like just not even mad. He's just like, why am I here, bro? Like, it's really the why are we here just to suffer meme, which I find really funny. And I think this is the first time we've seen his mouth open, because on the original Jackson, you can see his mouth is just left black instead of having a white slit in between to indicate teeth. And his expression is a little similar to expressions we've seen in the past, like on the GRC version, and more recently the Glow Racers version. But they are a little higher up, which I do like, because on the Glow Racers version, his eyes are like super low for some reason. I'm not a fan of that. But he does have the Radiator Springs Rally Race logo on his hood, and which is different from the one McQueen has. So yeah, McQueen's like a blue, gray, and red, where Storm is all in silver, which I think is really cool. And actually, the biggest advantage is that he actually has silver. It's not just gray. It's got some kind of shine to it, which is pretty cool. But of course, he does have his normal headlights there. He does have mixed wheels, so he has dark blue in the back and dark blue in the front, gray in the back. That's very consistent with all the rally races. They all have different sets of wheel colors. And we have another version of the rally race logo. This one's in white, blue, and red. Just check because I completely forgot to show. I think him and McQueen's are the same. Yeah, pretty much the same. Yeah, I think Jeff has a different logo, and I'll take a look at that when I review him. But for now, we're just focusing on Jackson. I will say the red Ignito text does pop off on the silver a lot, and look, the back is actually silver. Like it's not just a flat gray. They are capable of doing this. So I think if all the rally races had like this kind of silver, I think this would look really cool. Now, yes, there's some quality issues on mine, unfortunately. You can see that the silver's kind of like bubbling, and it's not the clearest paint in the world, but it's whatever. Of course, he does have his Storm symbol with the little S's inside the big Storm, which I do like. I do like that quite a bit. Blue windows for some reason. We have 2.0 window bars. His spoiler is blue, and it contains the Rally Race 200 text. Let's zoom out a little bit so you can see that text clear. Really pretty cool. He does have the red tips on the side of the spoiler. Of course, he does have the Rally Race 200 logo on the back, 2.0, and then he has no rookie stripes, which is good, because, I mean, obviously when this Racing Rescue line takes place, he's not a rookie anymore. And this side is pretty much the same, and it does seem to be a little bit better quality on the back side here. Yeah, this side's like not that great, but this side actually looks decent. And here's the base. And Disney Pixar made in Thailand, U13A to the 13th week of 2025 at the A Factory, which makes sense, since he was first released in 2025 Singles Case W, alongside Red, Ryan, the new Thailand variant of Ryan Shields, and Sarge in the Racing Rescue line. And so yeah, that about does it for Jackson here. Let's compare with some other versions that we've gotten over the past couple of years. Here's the Glow Aces version, which was the most recent one up until this Valley Racer version. I really like this Glow Aces version, you know, with all the blue highlights and accents. And he does have the Piston Cup Champion logo, which the Rally Racer does not have. So I think that gives it an advantage. Other sides too. Yeah, this guy's pretty cool. Probably my favorite of the Glow Racers. Here's the GRC version. Again, also kind of a cool one too. I love like the blue in the back and the hexagonal patterns. But again, he's not very different from a regular Jackson Storm, like from the front. I will say this one, like, this Jackson has like it's more of a black color. This is more of a gray color. He does have the blue trim. The blue looks really cool. It's almost like they see these two parts as separate, which is why they do one part of a different color and leave this side the same. Yeah, this blue is amazing. I really like this blue. Yeah, they should have like continued the gray on the back. But again, we kind of already saw that with the silver version of Jackson Storm, which I'm pulling up right now. Yeah, it's almost like it's funny is that his part is like completely black. Like, so it's almost like if you take this silver portion and put it on there, you get a complete silver Jackson Storm. It's kind of funny. This is not a really good one. It's from the 2020 Silver Collection line. Yeah, the tones and silver are quite similar. And here is the NASCAR version. Yeah, probably my least favorite from the versions we have. I will say the Rally Racers version. Again, it's kind of a sleeper for me. I think sleeper hit. I do kind of like the silver, the red, and the logos. I think the logos look really cool. The expression is actually pretty top tier as well. Yeah, pretty cool version. Of course, we do have Rally Race McQueen here and Chick Hicks. I have reviewed all these versions of Jackson as well as McQueen and Chick, so link in the description below if you're interested in checking those out. I think Chick is probably still my favorite. I mean, I just love his design with the blue and the gray. But again, Storm has that silver part to him that the others don't have. See, if this part was silver, I think it would look a lot better. Like if McQueen's bold was silver, like akin to the Racing Red version, I think that would look really nice. But we do have a nice, healthy family of Rally Racers. Of course, I do have Jeff's, and once I have him, I'll hopefully be able to add more to the family. So yeah, that about does it for the review. Thank you all so much for watching. Remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more upcoming content. See you all next time. Until then, this is Joe Quick Tire signing out.